Today we will review 6th grade math lesson 8.5. This lesson will cover how to identify and generate equivalent algebraic expressions. Here's your I can statement. I can use the properties of operations to determine if two expressions are equivalent and to generate equivalent algebraic expressions, and I can explain my solution methods to others. I encourage you to pause this video at any time and complete these problems on your own and then review with me. Equivalent expressions have the same value for all positive values of a variable. You can combine like terms using the properties of operations to determine if two expressions are equivalent. So for your vocabulary today, we have commutative property, associative property, and distributive property. So those are the three I would write down. We have commutative property, we have associative, and we have distributive. Remember that when we're talking about commutative and associative properties, these only apply to addition and multiplication. They do not apply to subtraction and division. So that is something that you should really pay attention to. Okay, so commutative property of addition and multiplication means you can change the order and it does not change your answer. So anytime you can change the order. So 6 plus 8 is the same thing as 8 plus 6. And that applies to multiplication as well. 6 times 8 equals 8 times 6. So if you remember commutative, just think order doesn't matter. Associative property of addition and multiplication means you can change the way the addends are grouped. So you're changing the grouping here. So this one is you're changing order. And then this one is you're going to change the group. Remember, those apply only to addition and multiplication. The last one is distributive property, when you're multiplying a number by a sum or difference in the same as multiplying each number in the sum or difference and then adding them. So if you notice here, we have an 8 on the outside of the parentheses. That is called your distributor, and your distributor then goes to each term in the parentheses. So I always remember to do a double rainbow here. So I can see that the 8 is being multiplied by 5, and then you keep your addition sign, and then the 8 is being multiplied by 3. And the second example is subtraction. So you have 8 times 5, and then you keep the subtraction sign from the problem, because that's given right there. And then you do 8 times 3. Let's try one. Are the expressions 6x plus 10y plus 2x minus 4y and 2 times the quantity of 4x plus 3y equivalent? Are they equal? So the first thing you do is we can use the commutative property of addition to reorder the terms in the first expression. We're reordering them so then we can combine like terms. So we have 6x plus 10y plus 2x minus 4y. if I rewrite those, so let's do 6x plus 10y plus 2x minus 4y. I want to combine like terms here. So if I notice the x and the x are the same, and then the y and the y are the same. So when I rewrite them, I want to put the coefficients with the x first, so that's 6x plus 2y, and then the coefficients with the y variable second. So then I can combine like terms. So I have 6x plus 2x is 8x. And then 10y minus 4y is 6y. So that's where they're getting this in the problem. They've combined like terms. And then we are going to set them equal. So we've this here, I've added and subtracted like terms in the first expression. So this is my first expression. And then I'm going to set it equal to my second expression. So my second expression is here. So now I'm setting those equal to each other. So I have 2 times the quantity of 4x plus 3y. Is that equal to 8x plus 6y? So now I need to do distributive property I see here, and I need to do double rainbows. So that is 2 times 4x plus 2 times 3y equals 8x plus 6y. So 2 times 4x is 8x plus 2 times 3y is 6y. So these two expressions are equivalent because 8x plus 6y equals 8x plus 6y. So let's work on a few of these below. So the first question here says we need to combine like terms. So that's all we're doing is combining like terms. So we remember we want to use commutative property to change the order because this of the addition ones. So we can put them in order. So if I have 7x plus 2y minus 3x plus 4y, then I can say 7x minus 3x plus 2y plus 4y. So 7x minus 3x is 4x plus 2y plus 4y is 6y. And then let's look at number 2. I see I have distributive property. So I have to do distributive property first. So that's 4 times p plus 4 times 3 minus 8. Then we do order of operations. 4 times p is 4p plus 12 minus 8. So 4p plus 4 is the answer. I've combined all the like terms I can. Determine if the expressions are equivalent. Write yes or no. So in this next section, we need to write if it's equivalent, and we need to show our work. So let's do the first one. We have 3a plus 6b plus 9a. I need to go ahead and combine like terms by using commutative property. So I rewrite that 3a plus 9a plus 6b. Then I can combine these because they both have the variable a, and I get 12a plus 6b. Then I need to look at this second expression. So that was my first expression here. Then I'm going to look at the second one. which is 6 times the quantity of 2a plus b. So I need to use distributive property. 6 is my distributor, so 6 is going to be multiplied times 2a plus, and then 6 times b, so that I get 6 times 2 is 12a plus 6b. So 12a plus 6b is my first expression, and 12a plus 6b is my second. So those are equivalent. Yes. If you could see right there, after I went and generated equivalent algebraic expressions. Okay, let's try this question number 4. Okay, I'm going to rewrite the problem. I want to always show my work. So 4c plus 9d minus 2c plus 5d. So I have 4c minus 2c plus 9d plus 5d. I'm combining like terms here. Then I get 4c minus 2c is 2c, and 9d plus 5d is 14d. So that is my first expression here. I simplified it. Okay, now let's do the second one. 2 times the quantity of 3c plus 7d. I need to do distributive property. So that's 2 times 3c plus 2 times 7d, which would be 6c plus 14d. So this is my second expression. And now let's see if they are equivalent. So I have 2c plus 14d. Is that equal to, it's not equal to 6c plus 14d, because I did not get the same. Because over here I got a 2c, and this one I had a 6c, so those are not equivalent. Write an expression that's equivalent to the following. 6 times the quantity of x plus 2 plus 8y. Show your work. So the first thing you need to do is simplify this. 6 times the quantity of x plus 2y plus 8y, and I'm going to use distributive property. So I get 6x plus 6 times 2 is 12y plus 8y. So I'd get 6x plus 20y. So we know that that is equivalent to 6x plus 20y. And I showed my work. That is our lesson for Module 8, Lesson 5 for Grade 6.